Why hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shobo. Today is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. It's 10:10. Why hello and welcome. Looks like my camera's a little screwy down here on the bottom. I'm seeing some pixelies going on. I don't really know why it is in fact doing that. I guess there may just be some line interference on the USB, because I got a lot of cables down below. I have a lot of cables down below. It may fix itself if I turn it off and on again, but yeah, let's see here. How may I do this in this thing? Refresh? I have refreshed. I have pushed the refresh button. It's still happening. I may just have to completely unplug it and replug it. We'll get to announcements and this thing right here in a second. It has been reconnected. It is reconnected. Unplugged and plugged it back in. Let's see if it's still... Yes, it's still doing the thing. Well, I give up then. I give up then. It's just gonna do that now, apparently. Thank you so much, Razer, for making such an amazing webcam that has wonderful issues. It's probably still within warranty, and I might be able to replace it. Who knows? Because, frankly, that's not acceptable. But anyway, hi, welcome. How have things been? This down below is a tip bar, tip goal, to help out with doing all the things that need to be done around the house, as well as to get new glasses. The glasses that I'm wearing are from... When did I get them? I don't remember. I don't remember. Is my microphone okay? Or is XSplit just dying? Reconnected. Papa. Hello? Yell and scream. Are we okay? For the audio? Because my preview on XSplit is not correct. Huh. Weird. Oh yeah, when it does that, it like screws up the rest of the XSplit stuff. This might actually be an XSplit issue. Huh. Weird. Anyway, that down below is just for tips. I've got a link below the video, whichever platform you're watching on right now. If you feel like helping out with some of the things that need to happen around the house, including AC repair and roof leak repair, which includes a fixing of the skylight that we have as well to prevent that from continuing to leak. Also included here things like doing some electrical work to get the washing machine on its own circuit, because right now the washing machine shares a circuit with other things, which shouldn't happen ever. There's also a junction box that's supposed to be sealed that's not sealed. There's we have pine trees around the house with lots of big branches that are going to fall and have fallen on the house and damaged gutters. We need to fix the gutters. We need to fix some of the siding under the roof, because there's just a great big hole under the roof on one section. Just the underside is supposed to have siding, and that's sort of like collapsed at this point. There's a lot of things. In fact, I had was writing out some of the things. Yeah, it's like roof, gutter, siding, electrical things, plumbing related things. Both toilets need work because they're making loud noises and taking forever to finish a flush cycle. And yeah, one of the bathtubs has an issue with broken gasket on the overflow pipe, so water can make it outside of the pipe for the overflow when water falls on top of the thing, which is great. There's also a big hole that's in the other office. There's a hole in the ceiling that I had to cut out because the tub was leaking. That I fixed. It's no longer really leaking, but the gasket can leak. Fortunately, I haven't seen any water falling from that since I did the fix to it, but the gasket is broken, that there is a rip in it, and of course now there's a hole in the ceiling that I actually would like to put a hatch, not really fill that spot with drywall, but put a hatch in, and of course, paint and all of that. This house was not painted well, and there are several areas in which the paint is cracking and peeling off of the wall and ceiling. So yeah, frankly, this goal right here for the house repairs is a massive underestimate. It is an underestimate as far as I'm concerned, because this is as far as I'm concerned, it's bare minimum to do a lot of fixes. Some of the things may require just complete replacement of stuff, and that's going to be 5 figures, and I'm thinking of at least 2 things that could be 5 figures if we had to do full replacements, that being HVAC and roof. And we have 0 money at all to go towards any major thing in the house. There is no money for any of this. I don't have money to buy glasses, frankly, which is also on this list. When I got these glasses, I had started paying into eye insurance monthly, and they covered the extreme vast majority of that cost, and I basically paid for the glasses over the course of a long time. Because of that, being on contract for a year, and I foolishly did not cancel after the first year, and did not get new glasses when the time came for it, so they ultimately made money off of me, but initially, it took over a year to pay that amount that they had covered. Still, I had paid over $100, nearly $200 for these glasses. They paid over $700. These glasses were very expensive. They had all of the features, and you know what? They're so old that the coating things bubbled up on them, and I've since had to pull off all of the coating things, so I have now none of the extra things that I paid for on these glasses. But they're still going, as they are right now. I no longer have that insurance, that eye insurance. I'm not paying into that anymore. So, yeah, that is that update. Haven't had anyone tell me about audio issues, so there's just like on my preview is not giving me an accurate indicator of the audio coming from the microphone. In fact, right now it's in fact just stuck. It is in fact just stuck. And I don't know why XSplit is not behaving today. In fact, the entire UI is frozen. I can't even change scenes. So, I think I'm gonna have to like restart XSplit because it's not behaving. Oh, there it goes. It finally did it. It finally went to the Shapez 2 screen. So yeah, there we go. It got there eventually, and now it's showing. It's letting me engage with the thing. The bars for the audio are still frozen, but the rest of it seems I can touch. All right. If anyone watching could just say whether or not the audio is actually going through, that'd be great. That would be great. Still play the games that I have been playing normally for the past while. That bar is going to be there for a little while. We'll see if anyone decides they want to actually provide that support. I am not going to hold my breath on that front, but it'll be there. I have to readjust the mic. Excuse me. There's loud noises there from that. So let's do things. Let us do things. Let us play Shapez 2. A wonderful game. A fantastic game. Although the hex scenario has been a bit easy. Is easy. Oh hey, I'm getting some signs of life from those bars now. Not fully accurate. It's like low frame rate. But they're there. Game is running fine. The rest of the computer's running fine. Just XSplit has decided that yeah, today is not a day it wants to behave. Alright, let me see. Last time that we met, we completed the milestone 7. We are working on the milestone 8, and in fact, I think I set that up. Task 22 is fully finished. We are working on 23, as well as 24 today and beyond, as much as we possibly can. Now, we had done the first couple of steps on 23. I need to get this yellow layer 2 made. I have to remember where I'm making these things. I think it's up actually by the vortex. But also, we have 20 points. What do I want to get? I want train capacity. That's what I want. That is what I want in my life. So why are you not delivering? Please deliver. Same with you. Guess it's just the fact that it's only 2 doohickeys. Pick up the operator level. We're now 42. Yeah, and those milestones are working their way now. Just needs 8k of the things. Oh hey, we have 30 points. Research that final train capacity, so now each one of those bricks is worth 1,080. for each new brick that is created, as far as I'm aware. These will need to transition to white. I am bringing the white up, and I have the red up here. For that crystallization, I will need to bring the white flower up for the final shape. I'll need to bring it up here along with cyan. In the alternative, I have to take this to the white flower section, but yeah, I am thinking that cyan will need to make its way up here as well, and I'll likely need to move the train station a bit. Yeah, I'll likely have to move the train station, add another thingy down here. That's going to be another crystallization step. After stacking, just add stacking and then crystallizing in here, and then train station. And that'll be that final milestone done. Where was I doing this thing again? Up near the thing here. Here it is. Yeah. Why did I have that and then not really... Okay, the yellow is here. Right. Right. Okay. Right. I was gonna do that. I need to move this pipe. Autosave is autosaving. Alright, let's clean this out. Stacking. I don't like it, but I'll do that anyway. Yep, all on layer 3, because that's going to make it easier to get this stuff brought in. Layer 2. Now, outputs. Guess that's what I'll go with in this instance. So that's going to make the third task. The fourth task is just recolor from yellow to white. That's extremely simple. Just a swap from the yellow to the white. And then the last step just adds that purple piece. So as long as this gets rotated to the same orientation, I'll be able to get this done. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll put it there. Ta-da! In this case, I'll have to bring all the way around. Yup. It's always one tile, huh? It's always one tile. Autosave. I'm sorry, what? Right. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I am dummy? Yes, I am dummy. I didn't need to do any of that. I would need to simply go over from there on that one. Operator level, hello. 43! Level 43! Level 43! Alrighty then. How are things? You know what? I'm gonna have to listen to myself because no one's bothering to tell me, hey, okay, we got audio. Audio exists. Just needed to check. Very briefly. So that should set me up for the final piece of that process. So task 23 is now effectively finished. It was split between last stream and this stream. Next up, we need flowers and what they call gears. Flowers and gears. Full flowers, full gears, yellow, white, green. And this is not pinning. Why would they have something this simple? Okay, sure. Flowers and gears, flowers and gears. There's a flower, what about a gear? Don't see a gear. There's a gear there, there's a flower there. And yeah, I'm using that there. Alright. Grab that. Yeah, this makes enough flowers by itself. That's not what I needed. That's what I need. Okay. Colors. Colors. Oh, boy. Oh, wow, this was done a while ago. For the white. I'm gonna remove full fluid mixing station. That's the white. Another operator level. Coming in fast. There we go. Everything is hooked up now. So we need the yellow. That would be you. Specifically, that pipe. Now, I will need the white. I just need it over. Yonda. Now, I need, like, double yellow. Wow. And a green. So, the green... I do have extra. Because I will not be needing cyan. So the green can come up here. Oh boy, that one's done. Alright, well, in the meanwhile, let's head back and do this swap. To white. That's all that needs to change. Just white instead of yellow. Alright, next. Back down here we go. I think that's all I need here for this entire thing. So, painting. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to actually bring the green there. All right. Hook up everything here. Run that all the way across. It's a little bit just difficult to see layer 1 from here, from layer 3. I sort of need to be able to do that. What? Oh, yeah, red and green don't have the actual full thingies. Blue might not either for this. Yeah, none of it. None of it is even remotely enough. Hold up. That's what I need on these colors. Oh, God. Okay. Green. There we go. That's much better. That is significantly better. The what? Because I copied that, and that's also not providing on layer 3. What? What? Did you just use all of layer 1? Oh, right. Yeah, because the pipe work there is terrible. So there's stuff that's being fed in from layer 3 into this top section, which feeds layer 1 of white. So only this one actually has color moving. Well, anyway. Yeah, like this isn't getting layer 3 either. Actually, this isn't getting layer 1! It's getting the other 2 layers. Yeah, it's not getting layer 1. That's alright, it'll get that shortly. Have I mentioned how much I dislike this whole process with the pipes? Just to try to move them between platforms. I think it makes it no different from the doohickeys belts. They're like no different from belts. Okay. That's gonna make the yellow thingies. All that's left is green. There's the green thingies. Huzzah! Ta-da! Da-dee-dee-da-da-doo. Ba-dee-dee-da-da-dum. Alright. Let's move the camera so I'm actually, like, centered. Interestingly enough, from this view, I don't have that glitchiness on the corner. I think actually maybe it might be trimmed? I don't know. We have some glitchiness today, for whatever reason. What do we want to spend these points on? There's literally nothing that interests me that's relevant. There's like no point to the fluid tank. Why do we need to store fluids? They're what? Why? It literally serves no purpose. A solid storage would be so much more useful. Like, would actually have a use if it was for shapes and not fluids. I'm just gonna take things for the sake of taking things now. Alright, stacking! Oof. Yeah, maybe this should have been the other yellow rather than the green. But oh well. So, yeah, this pipe. Kinda in my way now. Oh right, I still never... Still never fixed that. There we go. Bring all that in. Also... Frick. That goes there. That's the next shape I need. That's not the current shape that I need. Oh, that's done. I'm gonna get this sent out and then worry about it. Get that other one. What? Is your problem? Layer 1. Layer 3. Why you no go? Oh, because this is backing up. I have to wait for this whole stretch to fill in with the layer 1. So this should be half speed. This should be half speed. Thank you so much for following the channel on Twitch. Greatly appreciated. Oh, that doesn't help either. Yeah, they really need to add that T intersection that they were talking about adding. Looking forward to a patch someday. At some point to this early access game. Looking forward to a patch to this game that hasn't been updated since August. Late August, but still August. 29th, they had an update. And then they, in mid-September, September 16th, had a launch statistics and future plans post talking about how they were, what, number 2 in the list that they're showing here. Automation tagged games ordered by review count. Okay, so the number 2 in review count of automation games and released on Steam within the past 3 years. Sure. Sure, they have lots of stats, but they have also, they're showing like new Space Belt visuals that are going to more clearly visualize the difference between each tier for all 3 layers. So they're going to be splitting. Here, let me show you a space, well, pipe in this instance, but they're basically going to be splitting it with the belts, space belts, such that the visual indicator on these lanes, they're going to be physically raised up to tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1, and down on tier 1. So the whole thing is going to be modified. It's going to be different, but where is it? It's a great question. Where is it? Where it do be? Along with the vertical T-pipes / wires. Where they do be. Where they be. I don't know. They should be releasing something at least once a month, and we didn't really get any patch at all in September. It's almost been 2 months. Like something. Some fixes or something. Justify its existence in early access. Don't leave people hanging. Like, we need to see that progress is actually being made. Regardless, so that is probably already enough, frankly. Let's see, are we delivering? There's one, so the next shape delivery will be enough here. I can start loading in the other thing. Question is, though, why in the living hell that explains a lot, actually. That explains so very much. Yeah, alright, so those milestones should move now. Should, being the operative word. Back here, we need to make this switch now. So this actually goes backwards. This goes here. And these go out. And that, as they say, is that. 25. Let's work on task 25. Oh joy. $25 is sneaky because it needs a lot of cyan. Alright, I said that, and we're going back over here. Because now I don't need this no more. Not as that, anyway. Oh, another operator level. 46. Top 15% worldwide. Whoops. Alright, what do we need for this thing? Ideally, the 4-pieced hexagon. That would be ideal. Yeah, we need 2 cyan, a white, and a red. What's the name of this thing? The Matter Scooper. Sure. That's this thing. Right here. So I need this and all the colors. Well, at least cyan. I need red and blue access. And I need access to a single gear piece and a single teardrop piece. Which I can get the single gear piece pretty easily. Is there an easy access to a single teardrop? Yes. Plenty. Okay. There's my answer. Okay. So I need the cyan now. Wonderful. Just do that and trim all this. That's gonna make cyan. And shove it over here. The issue then is I will need additional green. Not this much green, but I will need green. That's so unfortunate. But it's plenty enough to get by. I'm gonna let it propagate up there. And I need red. You know what, let's just use the regular. And I will need blue. And I will need mining. Of this shape. I will need this shape 3 times. 1 cyan, 1 red, and 1 gray. So realistically, what I need is pretty much this guy. Except layer 3 is probably not going to go that way. Another operator level. Alright, fluids. I will need to start with blue. The cyan will come next. Blue, red. Another operator level? Come on, game. Okay. Alright. Who's layer 1? Goes to here. That'll be the blue. I have decided. That'll be that one. So that'll make blue and red of that piece. Next, I will need the blue pinned little arrow there. That'll come in from here. Let me see, I'll need to rotate before I can destroy. That is the thing. Now I can actually pin it immediately. Because oddly enough, half destroyers and pins have the same ratio. Research. The milestones are done now. I want this linear painter here. Set up with another blue. You see, they may as well be like that, but they don't need to be. Alright, that'll make those blue, and that'll seamlessly change to cyan once I need the cyan. In the meantime, get over to where I am making the milestone piece, which is over here. Oh, and that task is done. Okay. Milestone piece. Requires this guy to change a bit. All of these need to be crystallized now. Which means a set of 4 of this. Whoops. Bring all of these white flowers over, try not to mess it up. And then bring all these white flowers with cyan crystals under them to the vortex. Because all of these are pinned. They have a pin under them. Because of that, the pin will get replaced fully with a layer 1 cyan crystal. This process will need to be done not like this for the final step, but it's getting there. For the other thing, I have to do that and then do 2 painting. That'll make that white, and that just replaces in place for the next piece here. It's the final piece that's going to need a few changes, because we have to actually take this thing, stack the pinned piece, stack this piece on top of this piece, which is possible. You can do that. You can put stuff on top of a crystal. You just can't have the crystal fall, or it will break. You can't cut it. You can't cut a crystal, and you cannot allow a crystal to fall, which includes a crystal falling because you have removed what is underneath it. As we found out in the hard scenario. Yeah, about that. It's a thing. It's a thing that happens. Okay, the next thing was this multi-flower piece now needs that trimmed. It needs stacking. Nah. So this stuff that's on layer 3 is actually now going to be layer 1. And this stuff is actually going to be layer 2. And that makes this thing. Okay, we're all consistent now. So, yeah, that's the next part of that task. The last one is just stack this white stuff. The white gears. Yeah, there's actually just enough space. To run that there. So that'll give me my exact positioning of where the next set of stackers will be. Such a trivial task set. Very trivial task set. Shockingly trivial task set. Just in general, hexes have been very, very easy to play around with. So task 1 of this, or step 1 of this, is just this thing. So I have to get that brought out. That's exactly what I'll do there. These things, what's the current rotation? They need to be rotated that way. They'll also need to be stacked on top of this guy. Another operator level. Coming in fast and furious. That has to exist on the map. That is now completed! It no longer needs to exist. Where was that again? You? Was this guy? This guy no longer need exist. Be gone! Wow, this was far away. I'm no longer deleting this stuff for the sake of the platforms. I'm deleting them for the sake of performance. Game performance and autosave time. Delete all those, delete all those. That should be that for you. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm missing that I could also remove, but for now, I think that's fine. Okay. Where were we? Where was I doing thing? Here. You now need to go find yourself path to there. Very nice. Let's build that stacking. Since these basically must go down. Actually, I could layer 3 it. So I shall. Easy enough. And since all that's being unloaded on layer 3 anyway. Or loaded onto the train on layer 3 anyway, I should say. Just put that all there, and that's where they'll go in again. Except here, I'll need to reroute across. Oh. Fine. I shall leap. We shall be leapies. Thou shalt leap. Step 3 is replace blue with cyan. I apparently have a bunch of research points. Not anymore. Then every other thing that exists is going to go towards that 90. We won't be able to unlock that 90 until we have finished all of the researches, at which point we're done! We will be done! We will be finished with this scenario. I will not do a MAM for this. I hesitate to even do one in the first place, but if I do one, it would be for the final scenario, which will be insane. In the insane scenario will be what we do after this, which goes back to being quads, but ideally will involve a bit more logical puzzles to solve. Just a bit harder of logical problems. Like the Shapes 1 rocket shape was a very difficult logical puzzle, which unfortunately used a mechanic that was not exactly very easily explained, or it wasn't like explained how the stacking mechanic worked in such a way to make that shape like something that would be reasonable to expect of a player. I don't think that last shape was reasonable as a thing to expect from the player, because it didn't tell you that you could do that. I don't really like that it was basically guess and check, or like figure it out on your own as a type of thing. Like the game needs to tell you how the mechanics work properly. You shouldn't have to guess that it's a thing that you can do. Just the process of making a floating layer. Anyway, where was that thing? You. Break that, and stacking linear for belt. Just bring those over, and bring these up. Ta-da! Such a simple thing. Have I mentioned that I don't really care for the concept of the painters only ever painting the top layer? Have I mentioned that I don't really like that so much? It trivializes painting, frankly. It forces your hand to only ever do painting in specific steps. I mean, yes, there have been a handful of cases where you could do the painting later. This is one of those cases where I could have built this differently, where I could have stacked the gray flower on top of the yellow flower and run it through the green painter, and then then stack on another gray flower, run it through a yellow painter, then stack on the gray gear and run it through the white painter. But I think it's quite limiting because it can only ever paint one layer, and it will always be the top layer. I actually think I prefer it in Shapes 1, the way that Shapes 1 did it. Because not only did they have the standard painter, they had a variation of the painter that you could use the wires for, yes, but it allowed you to customize what quadrants were painted what. So you could throw in multiple colors into a painter, the concept of a multicolored painter, which opened up a lot of options for placement and like when do you paint was very much a thing that you could decide, that felt like a meaningful decision, because it would determine how much paint you need for a given process. You could figure out, depending on the shape, that you could save paint, or you could choose to use more to have a less complex factory overall. Like have a factory with like fewer buildings, entities in it, with fewer lines of painting by using more paint. That is not something that we can do here. We're always going to use the exact same amount of paint, which is a little frustrating, frankly. Like, there's no way to conserve paint or ink or whatever you want to call it. There's no real way to conserve it. It will use what it needs to use to produce the specific solution. Like, it feels like there's limited ways to produce a solution that are somewhat efficient, or that are completely efficient in terms of like step to step to step to step. The execution of those individual steps, yes, we can choose how we want to design each individual step, but in terms of like the process of the steps, there's not too much wiggle room. There's not too much decision, or too many decisions to be made regarding that. Not as many as in Shapes 1, I should say. Just because we don't have as flexible, or the painting isn't as flexible as it was in Shapes 1. Because in Shapes 1, because the painter could paint the entire object the color, I could have run this whole thing through a blue painter last if we had Shapes 1 painters. I could have just made this in gray and run it through the painter and had the whole thing be blue. But if I tried to do that in Shapes 2, well, then only this layer 2 would end up as blue, and the rest would stay gray. So you are forced to paint twice before you form the shape. It is actually pretty frustrating, because it feels like they have just straight up removed some ways in which you could be creative in making your factories. They reduced the variability, the potential variability, gave the player fewer options in how to build factories regarding the painting. And it's like, I don't know how I really feel about that. I don't really like that compared to 1. It's still a good game, it's just it feels like they limited this for no real good reason. Anyway, what am I looking at? This last shape for the milestone, the final milestone in the game. So how am I going to modify this? Yeah, I think actually what I need to do here is just ignore that. Get rid of that. I'm going to belt this over. Sigh. and then stack. This way, we'll be able to get this shape correct the first time. And there it is. You see that preview? See that preview? That's the milestone. Easy. Is this so easy? Mm-hmm. Just that easy. To switch from one to the other. The two previous steps to this. Of course, you need to understand the mechanics, but when you do understand the mechanics, it becomes so trivial. At least I don't consider this change to be particularly hard. It should be fairly obvious. Now, could people make the mistake of trying to stack the thing on the thing of the two previous steps? Could people make the mistake of trying to do this stacking and realize that they break all of the crystals in the process? Sure, someone might do that, but, you know, read? I mean, yes, I'm guilty of not fully reading, but at least I read some of the things, like fragile. They break when they fall when stacked. They break when they fall when stacked, and when you cut through them. But as long as you're not cutting through them, you can swap them. Yep. Anyhoozles. Back to this thing, wherever that was. Wherever that was up here. So the next step is to swap to the cyan color. The following step needs the reds. Aha. It needs the gray on the reds. And that I can oblige. That I can just do here. There we go. More research stuff. So yeah, now that... Well, I don't think I want them... I guess I don't have much choice? Yeah, anyway. The issue is going to be that fourth step then. requires something else entirely. A white teardrop and a gray arrow. Odd. The oddness is real. I'll stick this here, I'll stick that there, I guess, and bring in that shape there. So I'm bringing in the arrow shape from you. I will need to double this in actuality. That's actually going to bring it over here to this spot, but I'll be bringing something there. I'm going to use that for layer 2, and I'm going to bring in the other white teardrop on layer 3. Yeah. Now, this thing, doesn't need the layer 2 stuff. Yeah, it's actually not making anything because it doesn't need any rotation at all. Before that, though, I should do correct rotation. I think it needs to be rotated at the end to there. I think it needs to be there. Hold up. Let me look. The answer, I think, is yes. That's where it needs to be rotated to. Okay, that's the teardrop. It needs to be white. And I had colors here I was going to use for that. So maybe you actually don't go that way. Hello, white. We are halfway through today's stream. Officially. Alright, what am I using of this white here? Layer 3 and layer 1, not layer 2. Interesting. This has been pinned once. I actually need it pinned twice. So let's cut that. Add the new pins. Select the whole thing. Hit I. Just like clear everything. And that'll bring that in as pinned twice. I will then paint it. And then This guy needs to be rotated twice. And this needs to be gray. Stacking. This is on the bottom. Oh, that's pinned. Right. Go back. And remove the pin. From layer 2. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hit I on all that, clean it. There it goes. There it is. There it is. And it doesn't really matter which step I do that stacking. So I guess here is fine. I just need to get to there. Alright, that's finished in its entirety. That's this thing. Oh, now that's done too. So this thing is done in its entirety. You came from far away. Ish. Get rid of all this green. And now this needs to swap from blue to cyan. That's it. That's all. Just cyan now, not blue. Remove it all. Really? Sure. In case you were wondering, that's absolutely a mechanic in this game. You can arbitrarily draw out sets of leaping. However large you need, you can leap. And you can even have it leap just between foundations like this. Just hoppity hoppity all the way across it. There. And there. Just connecting these all to do the stacking, since it all happens at the same time anyway. Actually, it doesn't. Whoopsies. We'll just do that at the end. So that's cyan now. Neat. But with that, we can see, like, the end, the final thing. At least I can see it, how it'll work out. For the next step, we take this, we route it to layer 1 here, we route these to there. Done. And for the final shape, we take this guy, route it to this layer 1. That'll make that piece on those pieces. Oh, wait a minute. No. That will not work as I expect it to, I think. I think if I try to stack this, or try to put this with the other piece, that I'm actually going to lose the top pin. I can test that. Just bring this over with a thingy. I don't know if that pin is going to properly fall down. So the hope is that it falls down on that pinned section, while all the other stuff goes up. It does not. Huh? does? What happened to that first one then? What was different about that first one? I don't know. What was different about you? Unless it had the pin to begin with on the top. You know, it must have. It must have had the pin on the top. Must have been a just one of those ones that was wrong at the start. But it actually did work out the exact way that it should. So yeah, pins do not count as being attached to the rest of the shape. So what I'm doing is fine. It will work. I just needed to verify. Because yes, pins like will fall even from underneath stuff that gets put on top of a previous layer. They will fill gaps. They will fall and fill gaps. But I was just uncertain if I had these two things together, if it would still result in the same end result if I put that on here. Because it would effectively take the layer, what was layer 1 and 2 of a 4-layer object, and push up layer 1 and 2. The way that I'm doing this, it pushes up that red and gray that's on layer 1 and 2 and pushes them to 2 and 3 while leaving the pinned shape intact without moving it. But hey, if it works, it works. Next, number 26, the Ancient Communication. Sure. You are pinned. You are fully pinned. You are fully pinned. And you are fully pinned. Well, that last part's easy. It's getting that one red slot. Getting that one red slot is the harder part. More research thingies. And I think we're down to just the 90 here, so yeah, we're not gonna have that flashing at us for a while. Okay, I need things. These things. Guess I'll do it here. Starting off, it just needs a half green that's been pinned. Just trying to think of exactly how I would like to do this. Okay, I've got plenty of this green left. And I should have plenty of red. 53, top 12%, huh? Really? Okay. We'll see how much I end up using for this. I'm gonna take this first piece and I'm gonna paint it 4 lines of it green. And I'll do pinning. Okay, that'll make that full green. And then I'm going to do just 1 belt. For the red. That's going to make the red ones. This is going to make the green ones, once there's eventually green. Brought in. It's way over here. Do I really want to bring in the green on that specific location, though? Not really. Okay, it's a bit better. Now, for this first piece, I'm going to be cutting it in half. That's gonna make 8 belts of the stuff, so it should go pretty fast. Loaded on trains. Get this train out. Ut and a boot. Okay, good. That one is finished. So let me head back up to there. Next step, break this. And now we have to get this layer 1. Alright, that's that next step. See? See, there it is. There it is. Hello. Huzzah! Even. Huzzy, huzzah, huzzoo, huzzum. Speaking of which, this is going to take a while. This is going to take a while. A long, long while to accrue 150,000 of this shape. Divided by, what is our belt speed now? 180? Divided by 180, divided by 4. Yeah, 208 1/3 total minutes to accrue, which is over 3 hours. It's like 3.5 hours total from the time that I started accruing progress towards it. So it won't finish until during next stream. That's how long that this is going to take. It'll be during next stream that the milestone 8 will officially finish. I'll get 50 research points and 4,000 platforms to work with. We'll have officially won, though I am going to finish all tasks, because that's sort of our point here, is do all the tasks, as they theoretically get more difficult the further that we go. At the very least, they use different mechanics the further that we go. We are on 26 now, getting that first step done in 26. 27 is interesting, to say the least. It is definitely interesting. You have to make each little piece of this hex separately. Yeah, each little piece is done separately. So that'll be interesting. Shapes 6 logo. Sure. It's a thing. Color matrix will be a lot of work. I mean, yes, it's pinning, but it's a lot of work because it uses literally every single color. You need to have access to and bring in every single color. It's just going to be pretty big for a factory. And while it's making this trigonal shape, and while I have a build that can make this, that does not make a build that has 3 different colors for each piece. So this has to be done ye old-fashioned way. It's a shame that this is really designed to be able to, like, have 6 belts of throughput. That would actually be the most ideal. outcome would be 6 belts of throughput from this to have no waste involved. But I'm gonna waste everything. I think I'm gonna waste everything. Earthing! Earthing will be wasted. Stretchies. Oh, stretchies. Oh, gosh. Oh, and my right shoulder lately, past few days, my right shoulder has been in quite a bit of pain. Actually, I must have stretched or tore something in there at some point because it's just sore. It's sore. Particularly if I try to lift it up here, I can feel the soreness. It's like, really? What did I do? What did I even do? I think it was from the my bedding. Trying to get my bedding flattened out one evening. Because it was getting a bit scrunched up. I had to straighten it all out, so I just flung it. And it must have pulled my right shoulder doing that. Okay. That is down here. That 8 belts at a time helped a bit with that throughput, but unfortunately now we will no longer have 8 belts. It's very sad. Now we need to, unfortunately, do a little 90-degree rotation. And yes, I have 3 because now we're going to destroy. Whoops. A corner, a little piece is going to be destroyed. And then we stack. And then we remove that and relocate it. Yes, I'll need to make sure that these are all rotated well. Oh well. Sure. I guess. Whatever. That's the piece I need. Operator level. 54. Now let's take this and chop it to bits. Um... Yeah. That's gonna end up giving me 6 belts in total. I only need 4. So I'll toss those. Now I'm doing this rotation, but I really should make it so that it's consistent. So it needs to be diagonal top left. Then I'm going to take that whole thing, I'm going to move it there to give me some space. Then stack it here. That'll be this. Oh, I'm providing the wrong shape, aren't I? Yeah, that needs to be... Oh no, this is pinned. Hold up, I pinned first. However, I have not pinned you. Yeah, you are... Oh, you are pinned. Okay. Sure. I thought ahead. That's actually good. Now, I need yellow. I don't have yellow. Do I need that cyan? Apparently so. Yes. Forever. Alright, I need more green. Okay. I'm gonna have to, like, wait a minute for that green to propagate up. I'm just gonna use this here. That's gonna make yellow. Do I want it there? Probably not. Probably there. There we go. That is done. And another operator level. Okay. Head back up here. Was you, right? Yes. Okay. Take you. Remove. And that is is that. There it is. Just need 14k of it, and 25 is completely done. So today, so far, we have finished 23, we have done all of 24, we have done all of 25, and we are working on 26. By the way, coffee. I drink coffee. Coffee is great. I like coffee. Recently got some Bones Coffee Company coffee. Talked about this a little bit last time. But I had, because of a sale, I had ordered some Frog's Breath coffee. It was chocolate mole. And it is really good. It is really, really good. It is chocolate spiced. Think the spice of pumpkin spice, but instead of pumpkin, chocolate. It's really good. That arrived yesterday. 12-ounce bag was really, it was a good sale for it. I still think it's expensive. It was $11.99 for a 12-ounce package, and to me that is expensive. But for what it is, not really. $11.99 for a flavored coffee like that, that's small batch, is pretty good price, actually. Because it was on the Amazon deals sale, so it had that discount, plus they had a 20% off coupon on it, which had existed before the sale. I think they just forgot that they had the coupon enabled or something. I don't know if that was intended for it to be $11.99. But yeah, I got that, and another flavor will arrive tomorrow that I got, which was chocolate hazelnut. They call that one Frankenbones. And that will arrive Saturday. And they were nearly out when I ordered. So I hope it actually arrives. And I hope I actually get what I ordered. Because that would not be fun to not get what I ordered. Anyway, this here, I need painting and pinning, so I need this exact thing over here. So that'll make that pinned thing. They'll just need to come in, probably there. But that did mean that I ended up having 2 cups of coffee yesterday, in the end, because it arrived around like 11:30 after I had my morning cup of coffee, which was from a Bones sampler, their Army of Dark Chocolate, which is a dark roast. Dark chocolate dark roast, which is also really good. It tastes like hot chocolate. It's nice. It's nice. But so yeah, I had the stronger dark roast early, and then I added the Frog's Breath, which, yes, is a Nightmare Before Christmas thing, and it's got the art, its official partnership deal for that. And yeah, I was wondering why I was so wide awake when it was normally time to go to bed. And I spent a good while reading. into the evening hours, later night hours. It was at least midnight before I finally really went to sleep. But it's so good. It's so good. It's really, really good coffee. The Frog's Breath is a medium roast, and it's smooth as well, just with that little bit of spice on it. Anyway, I think I'm done working on 26 for the moment. 27 only needs arrows. Only needs arrows. Or a gear. So I guess I could use a gear. But yeah, it's gonna pretty much need to be individual segments for this. And this first piece is made very differently from the second step, which is very differently from this step. Although not really. Not really different. It's a little repetitive, actually, but I still need a gear and access to cyan and white. Alright, there's a gear. I just need access to cyan and white. That red is already tapped. Really? There. And red. And no to the trains. White's gonna come down, and whichever one ends up actually being cyan. That'll be the blue plus green, which is U. I think that's the cyan. Get that placed. My initial thought for this is to paint an entire shape cyan and an entire shape white, then cut them to bits. This one's actually pretty interesting. There are several valid ways of doing it that are efficient, quote unquote. This one has options. Not all of them have like good, reasonable options for pathways to finish it, but this is one. Painting. I only need to paint a singular belt. Oh yeah, that's done. One's gonna be white, one's gonna be cyan. Alright, next on 26, I can remember where I did 26. Yes, right here. Break this. Stacking. Doesn't really matter which is which layer. Alright, that's that. How nice it is. Now, where was I? Up here. So there's cyan, and there is white. Okay. Alright. It's time to slice. In the end, I am going to need 3 pieces per belt, so actually I need 2 each. Now I could use more ink, more paint, and have like 4 lines and maybe even more, and only get 1 piece from each of these, but no, I want to be at least somewhat efficient and try to be efficient. It will mean that there will be a bit of a throughput issue with there will be a throughput issue due to belts being different lengths, since there is no solid storage in the game at this moment in time. That will cause issues. There will be issues. Yes, then it's that again. Although I sort of need to decide how much I'm using. It's all of it in the end, but for now. Well, yes, I could have it go 1 into 1. Not gonna. Let's make this a little bit more efficient. Whoops. Stupid autosave. Okay. That is 12 belts of things. Yes. I'm pretty sure. That makes it all consistently rotated. Do I need it to all be consistently rotated is a great question. I wish I knew the correct answer to that. Here's the thing. I need to do the exact same thing to the white. I'm just gonna mirror it. Oh boy. And the pinning. There we go. They're pinned! Some need to be pinned twice in the end. And some need to be pinned 3 times in the end. The cyans don't need to be pinned at all. Okay. Let's start with you, this rotation. I need 4 belts of this rotation. Which is 16 of this particular rotation. So all of this adds up to 12. $13, $14, $15, $16. Is that how I want to do it? That is 4 belts of that rotation. I then need Well, I'll need 4 belts of that rotation, but I will need... basically this. One, 2, 3. Four. Then I need this. That's completely done. Have I done this right? Brain. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. One, 2, 3, 4. It is correct. Breathe. Breathe. It is okay. So then, remember... it is the same for white. Ish. They need different rotations, though, for these and for these. Actually, these are correct. These are correct. It's this I need to be like a 180. which I don't feel like making internally. So I'll just do it this way. Neat. Aye. Now, putting them all together, correctly stacked. Okay. Starting with you. And this one. Well, let's get this output sorted first. I think I'm gonna use... I guess I should use their 3, huh? Okay. That's all those. The issue is this setup here. That'll be a little bit easier to work with. Alright. Logistics now are fine, fair, I guess. It's just a matter of trying to get everything where they need to be properly without fouling up the inputs too much. Anyway, that's step 1. That is done. I have reached 90 points and have researched everything. Alright. Sure thing, boss. Okay, let's load train. Yes, that does go all the way. And yes, I built this facing southwards. That's okay. I said that this one was going to be a little bit complex. Now, if I wanted to use a lot more ink, I could have, or a lot more of the color, I very well could have just painted each individual shape just have like 12 painting lines for the individual shapes. And that would have relieved a lot of this cutting. So this is complex, high complexity. It could be replaced with more painting of less complexity. Could be, in this one instance. Also, I need to sort of void the stuff that I'm not using. Another operator level. Actually, don't even need to. Yeah, I could just use one. That'll make it move at full throughput. At least it better. It had dang well better. It had darn well better do that. There will be inefficiencies due to differences in belt lengths. That is going to happen when I begin using the other stuff and have different stacking, additional stacking. Because this next piece, I'm going to need a pin again for that white piece, but it's just going to be stack the cyan on the white, and then the yellow pinned piece, double pinned piece, which is this layer 1 guy. Guess I should do that pinning over here, huh? And that's the issue. That puts a pin 2, and then the last one needs 3 pins. Oh. That's the layer 1 dude. That's the layer 3 dude. Alright. That covers that. I am assuming, of course, that... Wait, what? So, I thought those were all pinned first. Apparently not. I wanted everything to start with a pin. Then go through all of the cutting and make your way through. Yeah, that's the shape. That is the correct shape. All right, back to down at that flower. Over here. Where was it? Here. Here? Yes. Now I take that, delete, copy, paste. And that do be that. Doobie that. The ancient communication. $28 is a thing. So, time for a hunt. I need side-by-side triangles, which we've got a few of those, but we also need side-by-side gears. And since the gears are less common, look for the side-by-side gears, double, just a pair of the like arrowheads, like here, right here, this guy, because surely there'll be a double hex right next to it. Surely there'll be a double hex next to it. Okay. But what would be even better is if I had the entire shape as a mineable thing. Some are close, but I don't really see it. It needs to be a hex with 2 gears. 4 hex pieces, 2 side-by-side gear pieces, and I see 1 gear on that one, 1 gear on that one, not 2. It's a gear and a flower. The gears are not in the correct position. 3. Like 2 trigons on each other. That's neat. It is a shape that could theoretically exist, but if I have to just stack things and make it, I will. As unfortunate as that may be. I would rather not, but if I need to, I will. There are alternatives. Such as this. I could take something like this and swap it with a pure hex. Or just one that has a 3-piece hex. And that would make the thing. As I full shape, make it a little easier on myself. I think I'll do that. So start with you. And you. Alright, so what rotation do I need? I need to rotate you 90. Come on. Correct placement, please. I think this is correct. So that's the thing. Ta-da! So that'll be the base piece that will get painted white for the final steps. The initial steps, though. The initial steps. I will need red and cyan and yellow, so I need a full fluid mixing station. And paint and fluid mining. Full fluid space pipe mining. I need more red. And the white I'll bring up. Autosave. The white shall be brought up for later. In the meantime, painting. I need this shape again in yellow. So that'll be the yellow. I guess this is cyan. That'll do. That's done, 59, and that's done. From spiraling out. Okay, back to spiraling out. If I can remember where it was, that would be great. I said that would be great. That would be you. Okay, the next steps as we approach the end of today's stream. I'm going to be removing that. Okay. The next stacking process. I am very much considering something along these lines. Remove that for now. The next piece is going to be the blue that is on this layer 2. Okay. So then this guy needs to get pinned again. Wait, what? Yes, that is correct. And layer 3 comes in here. And that produces that shape, which should be the next step. This guy. So the somewhat sad part, I guess, is that I need another double like this. I guess it'll have to go like there to take in the layer 1 from you and the output of you and the layer 3 from you, which is actually going to have to leap. We'll need some leaping to modify this for the final step. But everything should be good now. For that, we have reached the end of today's stream, folks. Oh boy, so we made it through 26. I'll have considered... I consider us as finishing 26 today. So tasks 23 to 26. Next time it'll be labeled as 27 plus, even though we sort of have been working on 27 and we've begun work on 28. But yeah, we'll be continuing along next time with as many of these as we can. I would like to get to the crystal set, because there's only 4 with in the crystal set. I would like to get there, but we'll see what these last pin-based ones will require of me in terms of time. I mentioned that color matrix is gonna be a bit time-consuming because of all the painting that's required for it, but yeah, we'll work it out somehow. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show, but if you've enjoyed the stream, please be sure to do all of the social engagement stuff below the video. I will be back again on Sunday with more. I hope to see you all then.